they're going to play these other teams, and I think they're better. But when it comes to just watching the games and what's been going on, the Packers have shown a few bumps in the road, even though we can explain it, right? They've had a few bumps in the road where when I watched the 49ers defense and I watched the Saints defense, they really haven't had those blips on the radar like the Packers, and that's where I give them
Big plays
the edge
you
over
don't
one
see
or
a
two.
lot.
Right. That's where I give them the edge. But I think overall, when they play each other, I think the fact that Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback, I'll take him over Drew Brees, who I think is going to rush back and affect this team. And just you can throw a ball and twiddle your thumb all you want. That doesn't mean that you're going to be able to do this over and over again with contact and people running around you. And I just think it's another Drew Brees being selfish because he's afraid that this kid is going to take his job because he's not losing like everybody thought he would. And so, but in the Niners, I just think that it's Garoppolo or Rodgers. I think the defense will have Savage back, and I think with that back, they can do enough to just wear out because, like I've said, even though I will take the 49ers defense overall over the Packers, but again, just like I told the Hallis Hall Ball guys, you can tell me your defense is elite all you want. That offense is trash, and they're going to put that defense over the line of demarcation over and over again on games, and it's going to make your defense look not elite, even if it is elite.
Oh,
because
Saints did that today. Good Lord.
How many minutes were they on the field, Dave? I believe 32
ton.
minutes.
Saints
32 minutes
more
or
than that,
something like that. Well, and what did he say? Well, that doesn't matter. And they still didn't give up 30 points or 400 yards, did they? But they were.
That was trash. 2 TDs in the last 4 minutes.
Well, I'm just saying, but they.
Here's the thing, though, with the Niners. This is why I don't buy in yet. It was the same thing about the Cowboys. That they've just played trash teams. The Niners have beat the Bucks, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns. They did beat the Rams. And then they just beat a Redskin team in the slot.
All right, you just changed my mind, Ryan. With the team, I tried to hold it out for him, but you just changed it. I'll swap the Saints and the Niners. Packers at 2.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it was the same thing with Dallas.
I agree with you now.
Everyone was thinking, oh, they've been doing awesome. They're dominating. They were playing trash teams. When they finally played a good team like the Packers, they got stomped on. You know, I'm not saying the Niners are bad. I still put them in my top 5. They're undefeated for a reason. But come on. The Buccaneers, Bengals, Browns, Steelers, who suck right now. The Redskins those are bad teams.
Yeah, but they also beat them because the Cowboys, unlike the 49ers, the Cowboys lost to the lowly Jets. Okay, so that's the difference when you want to compare the two. Yes, the 49ers may have played a bunch of teams, but at least they didn't drop the ball like the Cowboys did and prove that they weren't as good. So, that's the only. I'm giving the 49ers the edge over the Packers right now, purely on defense, head-to-head, purely. That's it. And I think when they face
I think the Packers.
I'm telling you, when they face each other, I am going to more than likely, if something else doesn't happen. Right now, if their game was next week, Ryan, and I had to pick this game, I would tell you the Packers are going to beat the 49ers by at least 10 points, probably more. Because I just believe that with what's going on offensively with Aaron Rodgers and this team, there's just no comparison offense to offense.
Well, you'll get to learn a lot next week. The Panthers play at the 49ers. So two teams that you guys have put in, the top 5.
You should probably, if you get a chance, you should try to watch some of the Panthers replay games over the last couple of weeks especially. And I think you'll have some appreciation for what they're doing there, especially with Kyle Allen. I mean, he wasn't undrafted. He's an undrafted player, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen much, to be honest. I spend so much time watching just Packers stuff that I don't see a whole lot. So, but I'll take your guys' word for it. I know you guys are all on that. So, yeah. And then as far as the NFL, the rest of the NFL, it's like the Patriots, and then that's the only other team from the AFC.
Yeah,
obviously the Chiefs with Mahomes, but
the Ravens did just beat Seattle in Seattle.
That's true. That's true.
Lamar showed his legs, just not his arm today, and it worked. they're winning, just like as you said earlier, the Packers are doing different ways of winning. Lamar is doing it both ways, and it's working. So, I mean, the Ravens, yes, but they're also, at the fact of being 5-2, they're inconsistent.
The Colts are kind of creeping up there too. They're
they beat Houston today, man.
Good. Yeah,
Ooh. Told ya.
Yeah, they're looking pretty. They're looking pretty good quietly. So.
I picked the Colts last night.
I told a girl last night to pick up. She needed a quarterback, and I told her to pick up Jacoby Brissett was somehow available. She thanked me for that one.
Oh yeah.
So, looking at the top 5 teams of the NFC to the AFC, man, I feel like the NFC is so strong this year, Ryan. I mean, looking at it, we just named the power rankings. I feel like those teams, if they went up against those 5 teams in the AFC, I feel like NFC would come out most times.
Oh, yeah. AFC is trash compared to the NFC right now. It's so easy for the Patriots. They're going to just walk through that. It's going to be...
Bills are a sneaky good team over there, man.
Oh, that's right.
They won again today.
The Bills. They finally at least have a formidable foe in that division, even though they already beat them in Buffalo. But, I mean...
Josh Allen went out that game, and they only lost by 6, too.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They didn't win by a big margin.
Buffalo has the offense and defensive scheme to go into Foxborough on a cold night and pull off a victory, though.
I can't wait for that game later.
They don't depend on the pass. They will smash you in the mouth and grind a game out just to get the win. It's like 7-3. They have no qualms about winning that way. That's one thing I like about McDermott. He is just like, you know what, whatever. Just give me the damn W, dude. Like, it ain't got to be pretty. Just give me the win. Let's go home, eat a hot dog.
Now, Ryan, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've been on Twitter here after the Packers game and the Bears game. All I'm going to say, I have seen more Bears fans literally throw in the towel on Mitch Trubisky today. It's like they're finally nailing the coffin for them to realize how big of a bust this dude is.
I don't follow a lot of Bears fans, so I don't really know.
We've got Hallis Hallbrawl that comes on, and those guys we interact all the time, and all we've heard, man, is, Mitch is going to come back. He's going to save the season after he's injured.
I tried to reason with them, and I tried to use an example with Daniel Jones, and I tried to say, look, I'm just trying to be the voice of reason here. There's an issue when I turn on tape, watching 2 guys back to back. One has had 3. I don't care what the scheme change is. The fact of the matter is, one guy has had 3 years of professional coaching, 3 straight years of professionals coaching him day in and day out. The other guy, I got to hear for an entire 4-month period that he was terrible, shouldn't be drafted in the first 3 rounds, and that they couldn't believe that he was going to get drafted probably in the top 10 and more than likely by 6th overall by this, and that it was going to be the worst mistake, and that Dave Gettleman was going to probably get fired if he did it. And you turn on the tape, and whether or not they win or lose, here's the thing. I'm not talking about win or lose or whether or not he's reading. I'm talking about footwork and arm mechanics. They're very clean for a kid that's supposedly not supposed to be able to do it. And if you're that clean as a rookie, that all that other stuff is only going to get better as you have experience. The most important thing for a rookie is the things he's doing well. Proper footwork, consistent arm angle, consistent release, touch, different velocities, different trajectories on the ball when he throws it. Yeah, is he inaccurate here? Does he still make some wrong reads? Yeah, but he's a rookie. I'm not talking about that. Mechanically, there's a lot to like about that kid. And then you watch Mitch Trubisky, and you're going, what the fuck is that? It's an issue.
Ooh, you said the bad word.
I've got the
no. He doesn't. I've thought this from day one with him in that draft with Trubisky is he doesn't have it. Like he doesn't have it between the ears. Like he just doesn't have it. He's not one of those guys. There's either you do or you don't. And he's not a guy that I ever thought from day one had it. And that's a hard thing to predict. That's why it's really a hard science. It's really tough for people to know how someone's going to be once they get into the NFL, especially at the quarterback position, especially. But for whatever reason, I don't know what it is about him. It's personality. I don't know what it is, because I'll watch like interviews and stuff of like the players, because I think there's more to, if someone's going to be successful in the NFL, there's more to it than just his physical abilities, right? There's way more to it than that. And so watching interviews, I think that's why they drill those people at the combine interviews so hard, or bring people in just to really get to know them and look under the hood. You know, what makes them tick? He just doesn't have it. I've never thought that about Mitch Trubisky. And that's not something he's just going to get, in my opinion. There's some guys that you watch and you're just like, all right, Mahomes, to me, has it. I think a guy like a Baker Mayfield has it. It's just he hasn't put it all together yet. But like Pat
Freddie
Mahomes,
Kitchens isn't helping.
You can tell though, like a guy like Pat Mahomes had it. You know, he just has that alpha male swagger. You know, he has that. You know, there's Trubisky just doesn't have that, and that's why
I don't feel like Dak Prescott has it either.
Ooh.
So my biggest argument with Mitch was, Ryan, you know how like good quarterbacks, when they go out, a lot of people are like, oh man, most of the time seasons are over. They usually, like when Rodgers went out, you kind of had that feeling when Rodgers went out 2 years ago on his shoulder. You already knew it was going to be a rough year. Last year, when he hurt his knee in that week 1, and you knew his throws were off the whole year, man, you just knew it was going to be rough. When Mitch goes down, you're like, all right, put in Chase Daniel. And he succeeded the same game he came in and beat Minnesota. So that's my point, is teams and fans freak out when their star quarterback gets injured. When Mitch got injured, no one freaked out. You just moved on to the next person and called it a day. And I don't know why it took them so long to realize. I don't mean to sound mean, but it just felt like pure ignorance. It's like they knew it and didn't want to admit it.
Do you want to know why, Dave?
Especially,
do you want to know why? We've went over this. They hung on to it because from the time it was said, from the one person that made this comparison, from the time he said it, it got picked up by the Bears fans, and they've hung on to that and clung to that one comment. That when he was coming out, this one draft guy compared him to the talent of Aaron Rodgers. And from that point on, he was the freaking all-holy goddamn messiah for the Chicago Bears. They all hung on to that one analyst on one comment. But it was like a quick comment while he was watching tape of trying to compare it. And it was a dumb thing to do, but they literally have clung to that and just... That's it, period. Like, there's no other reason why. And that's why they always want to get in arguments about, oh, Mitch is going to take over the thing. Look at the offseason. What was it? Mitch is going to take over the thing because he's better than Aaron Rodgers. He's the next Aaron Rodgers. Why? Because some draft analyst told you that, and he won with defense last year when Aaron was on a broke freaking leg? That's what it is, Dave. It's because as much as they want to say people are homers about Aaron Rodgers, it's like, yeah, it's kind of easier to be a homer when you know you have a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. You're trying to manufacture one. Get off your shit. Come back to reality.
Yeah, and also too, Detroit also getting slapped around by Minnesota's offense today. The money they spent in free agency on pass rushers, trying to kind of go match for match in offseason with the Packers. Like, they went out to sign Trey Flowers. What was it? Like 5 years, $90 million? Like, they paid him a
$17.5 million on average a year. He's getting paid premier pass rusher, and he's never had double-digit sack year.
One sack in 7 weeks, folks. One. And Lions fans have the nerve to come out and say Packers overpaid, but we have 2 rushers that are 13 sacks. 24 QB hits, and I'm pretty sure they had some more QB hits today. No sacks,